Alô, alô, alô! Be My Guest no ar e hoje a gente viaja direto para o outro lado do mundo. A gente vai falar sobre o Japão com meu grande amigo Yudai, que vai explicar um pouco mais pra gente sobre a Terra do Sol Nascente. Então, antes da gente ir para a entrevista, só não se esquece, se inscreve, ativa o sininho, comenta e compartilha, beleza? Vamos lá?
Hey Yudai, how are you? Long time no see.
Yeah, long time no see. I'm fine. How have you been? Yeah.
I'm very good. Thank you very much. So, when was the last time we seen each other? I don't remember. 2018 or 19 maybe.
I think 2019.
So people don't know, but Yudai and I we studied in the same school in Australia when I was living in Australia, and Yudai as well.
Mhm.
But well, I'm back in Brazil, and Yudai, you are back in Japan, right? So today we're going to talk about Japan.
Yeah.
So Japan is not a very big country, but of course you guys have many cities over there. So where specifically you are from?
I'm from Hamamatsu City in Shizuoka Prefecture. It is, middle of Tokyo and Osaka. Maybe Shizuoka is not very famous for, for foreign people. So Shizuoka is, can I explain?
Of course, Yudai, here is our time to speak, no worries.
I think it is famous for Mount Fuji. You know Mount Fuji?
Yeah, it's
Highest
it's the
mountain.
biggest mountain in Japan, right?
Yeah, and one of the highest in Japan. Maybe when somebody see Mount Fuji, oh, this is Japan, something like that.
To begin with our conversation, I would like you to explain us what are the touristic points in Hamamatsu. I mean, I believe it's a touristic place. As you said, it's near to Mountain Fuji, so I think you guys receive many tourists over there, right?
Actually, Hamamatsu is located west side of Shizuoka. So actually, I can't see Mount Fuji from my house, but in Hamamatsu there are some, activities that visitors may enjoy. For example, Hamamatsu Castle. It is not very big, but yeah, it's very famous. Also, there are some botanic gardens, amusement park, and also I'm sure, Hamana Lake. This very
right.
huge lake, but it's not freshwater. Ocean and freshwater.
All right.
How can I say? Mixed.
Yeah,
lake.
lake and ocean, right? So in the
So
summer, the people they go to this lake to enjoy it as a beach.
Not huge beach, but yeah, we can do marine activities.
You can go into the water and swim, these kinds of things.
There is some place that we enjoy, like those things.
And doing my research about Hamamatsu, I've learned that you guys have a festival over there with kites, right?
Yeah, I have to tell you about it. This is called Hamamatsu Matsuri, which means Matsuri means festival.
All right.
Which is held every May 3rd to 5th, just 3 days every year. Yeah, we can be like crazy. This is because of the festival. It is started as to celebrate newborn baby in around 1550. So long time ago.
Long time ago, you guys you have this festival since 1550.
But the other theory said it is started in Taisho era 100 years ago. So 3 days. It's very hard to explain in English because there's no word to explain it. But I'm trying. First of all, we use a huge kite, maybe 3 meters or 2 meters long, and like square. Then we try to fight with kite, literally fight. There's a line to fly kite. Then team is represent from a town, then the team against the team, like try to cut as a line. Then if the line is cut, then that was lose. That means lose.
And then the kite goes away, right?
Yeah, goes away. Yeah. And then night. So this festival may be very interesting because in the daytime we use, as I said, the kite, but in the night it's very totally different. We can see parade on the street. It's very hard, like a car, but it's not actually car. It's decorated. We parade with that car on the street, and we use instrumental like trumpet, but it's not trumpet. Then just to
celebrate, right?
Wash your.
But apart from that festival, as you just mentioned, Hamamatsu is also the place where Honda, Suzuki, and Yamaha was born. Let's say like this, right?
Exactly. Yeah. They all born in Shizuoka, and Honda and Suzuki's first president were born in Hamamatsu City or around Hamamatsu City. Yeah, we love motorcycle, cars, yes, anything.
So because of Hamamatsu has those companies, how is it the economy in your city? I mean, there are a lot of jobs around, or is not very good? I believe in your city the companies are still big, right?
Yeah. It seems many people works at a company which is related to Yamaha, Suzuki, Honda. Honda is now headquartered in different prefectures. Or there are some company related to Honda, like say some parts, to build motorcycle or cars. And my best friends works at Yamaha.
Can you use a motorcycle?
Yeah, I have a license and I had, but I sold, unfortunately. But I have Honda's 750 cc. Yeah.
Very nice.
So you are in the streets of Hamamatsu just dun 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 dun.
Yeah, and you said about economic. Sorry, I didn't say that about economy. Yeah, I think they are very, beneficial to improve our economic in Hamamatsu City. Of course, they're huge and a lot of opportunity to work in Hamamatsu. They provide.
So another thing, Yudai, that's very important and well known about Japan is the Japanese cuisine, right? So I'd like you to explain us a little bit. I mean, what is your favorite dish and what are the dishes that the Japanese people they usually have, because I believe the Japanese food are well known around the world, right?
Let's say just I like ramen. I mean, it's a very famous one. Yeah, we love ramen. Ramen is, I think, now it's the one of the Japanese cousin. It is from China for a long time ago, but we really tend to, I don't know how to say, into cooking. We are very happy to make a queue, even if that ramen shop is very
good.
Very good, yeah, very good, or have a lot of review when I see them up. Yeah, ramen is a highlight, but I think it's not enough time to talk about ramen. Maybe ramen has a lot of things. I mean, histories and details. Aside from ramen, I like also, rice and fish. Yeah, we love those. And I guess the number of species of the fish are very,
very different.
We ate, different than
you guys
other.
have many different kinds of fish.
Yeah, we have a lot. Even shellfish, shrimps, we ate. Not everything, but almost everything we ate, as long as they don't have poison.
You mentioned something that I would ask you. There is like a special fish and very expensive as well. Few chefs, they can do it because this fish has poison, right? So the customer can eat and die, right?
A proper fish, maybe, right? We have to have a license to cook the fish to serve customer, but we're gonna die.
Have you ever tried this fish?
A long time ago.
Really?
It's very fancy dish or fancy fish, and very expensive.
Is it good?
As I remember, I think it's good. The texture is very chewy, and the flavor is nice, and it's nice. You should try. Come to Japan.
Yeah, but I would like to try, but I think I'm I'll be very afraid, you know, maybe the chef is not in a good day and if he does something wrong.
Don't worry about it. They have certain skill to cut and cook the fish, and they show the qualification on the board. And don't worry, they have.
All right. So when I go to Japan, I'll visit you, and then you bring me to this restaurant, and then we eat together. All right?
Okay. Yeah, Hamamatsu is actually famous for that, purple fish as well.
Yeah.
Maybe not very famous for all of Japan, but in my city, it's also famous. Also, eel is one of them. Eel, eel, like snake. Eel is very famous because there is a lake.
And this one is also good, the snake.
Yeah, this is very good. This is very good. I recommend you to eat when you come to Hamamatsu. This is very good. Little bit sweet, but little bit salty. Yeah, but I can't explain the taste properly. Just you have to eat it.
You have to try. Yeah.
I'd like you to tell me as well what else we can see in Japan in general, right? Not only in Hamamatsu, but what are the most visited places by the tourist people?
First of all, actually, I haven't been all of places in Japan.
Yeah,
so.
no, I understand.
Yeah. Hokkaido is also very good place to visit. I mean, we can see spectacular view. I mean, nature is so nice. Mountain, lake, ocean, everything is nice. Sapporo is must visit place.
Sapporo is in the north of the country, right?
Yeah, north of the country and in Hokkaido.
There is also a beer brand with this name.
Sapporo beer, it's famous.
Yes.
Oh, there is a factory. And
over there.
We can, and they operate factory tour so that we can visit the factory and, of course, drink. And how to make, we can see how to make the beer. In main island, in the middle of main island, you said this is Mount Fuji. But in Shiga Prefecture, there is a biggest lake in Japan. And it seems like looks like almost sea because we can't see the coast. Have you been to Japan anyway?
No, unfortunately not. I really would love to go because I think Japan represents something that really works. Like for example, the other topic I would ask you, I would comment with you, is the education. I see Japan as a place where the education is very, very good. I believe in Japan, every school is nice. So I'd like you to comment on that. The education you guys have in Japan, how is it?
I haven't been in other countries too, so I can't compare it though. I think Japan's education is one of the best education in the world. Not the best, I mean, but we are required to go to elementary school for 6 years and junior high school, total 9 years. Then almost everyone go to high school as well. High school is not must go school though. Of course there is a level, I mean, high level and a little bit low level. But most of them go to school. Then after graduating the high school, they also commonly go to university or college to study something specific. Our education level is very high, and one of the reasons why this is, we are not very easy to take up our ideal job without going to university or college. If we go to high school or just graduated from high school, a little bit less opportunities than other people, and the salary is not very high. That's why we go to university to study something specific.
Of course.
The quality is very high, I think. It's good professors, good students, and topics is also nice to learn something.
I don't know if you are aware of, Brazil has the biggest community of Japanese people outside Japan. Did you know that?
Yeah, I know. And maybe you will be surprised. In Hamamatsu, now is not actually. but the highest number of Brazilian people lived in Hamlet City before to work, I think. Because
really?
they're Yamaha, Suzuki, Honda companies, so, easy to find work. Yeah. So I also very kind of familiar with Brazilian people. When I was in elementary school, there is some Brazilian student, or their father or mother can be
All right.
come to Japan to work.
I have a cousin. They went to Japan, and I think they lived in Japan like for 5 or 6 years, maybe more. I'm not sure. I was very young. Actually, I have 2 cousins who did it. So yeah, I have 2 cousins. They were married with Japanese, like someone who had relatives in Japan. And then, they went to Japan. They lived a while there, and then they came back. Yeah, it's very interesting.
Another topic, another thing that I think upset the Japanese people was, of course, the pandemic is happening in the whole world, but you guys were supposed to hold the Olympic Games this year. So how was it to the Japanese community, to Japanese people in general? You guys were really, really sad, or you guys, thought, all right, we are facing a pandemic, we should not have the Olympics just by now. How was the news when the cancellation of the Olympic Games were sealed, was done?
When that was called off, we are of course kind of sad. However, now government very encouraged us to have Olympic Games next year. To be honest, I think it depends on people, but we are a little bit lose our motivation to have Olympic Games because there's no vaccine to solve pandemic. There's no solution to solve that serious problem until I don't know when it's solved. So we are very worried about, can we have Olympic Game in next year? Of course, we want to celebrate Olympic Game, want to have Olympic Game, but also just is it okay to have, But but government also paid a huge money to have game, so they can't stop. So they want to, or they encourage us to have motivation or do something. I mean, nowadays they encourage us to go out to spend at the restaurants, sightseeing places or something like that. That maybe they want us to easily to go out and they want to have some motivation to do something. Maybe kind of related to Olympic game. Very hard to decide because nobody can predict what's happening in the future. But it's just my opinion, though.
Your opinion is very important because you are one of the people who live there. So it's very important.
Just my point of view. Yeah.
Of course, because it's very easy for me to say, for example, oh no, they should have the Olympic Games because they paid a lot of money and everyone wants to see the Olympic Games. But I'm in Brazil, I'm in the other side of the world. So, but coming from you, that's actually a very important point, because I thought you would say, oh, unfortunately, we couldn't do the Olympic Games this year, but I'm very excited to have the Olympic Games next year. But as you said, the motivation is not very high, so that's very important. Speech, because I wasn't expecting like something like this. So that's very important coming from you in Japan. So it's a hard situation, right?
Yeah. Just if there is a solution to solve that problem, it's totally fine.
And as you said, the government itself spent a lot of money in the infrastructure of Tokyo and everything. A lot of money was invested to do it. But unfortunately, the situation, no one could predict, as you said. But in your vision, Yudai, how do you see like the political situation in Japan, the economic situation? would you say you live in a nice country, or would you say it's good, but there is room for improvement? So what are your thoughts?
I'm not 100% satisfied though. I think that I live a good country. But also there is a room for improvement also. The government sometimes spend meaningless things. Spend money to meaningless things. There are lots of politicians, and the politicians they get money. Their income is from our tax. So, but there are lots of politicians that they do sometimes use less jobs. Yeah, that is one of the worst points. But I think that's usually happens in everywhere. Our prime minister has been changed. So I think he or their team will lead to be better. I hope. I think he is good.
Yeah.
But he just he just had just become prime minister, so that he didn't do many big things. Yeah, new prime minister will be better.
Very good, Yudai. Very good. Actually, our conversation is getting to an end. But before I finish, I'd like to play a game with you. So it's like a ping pong. So I'll give you two options and you just choose one, all right?
Okay.
Beautiful. So fish or rice?
Fish.
Pokemon or Dragon Ball Z?
Very difficult. Dragon Ball.
Movies or video games?
Movies.
I would like you to tell me 3 things that you admire on Japanese people and 3 things you don't like or you think Japanese people can improve.
One is, having motivation to do something, to work, to do any hobby. Then 2 is keep clean. We are very tend to keep clean on the street or everywhere. And 3, Japan is very safe, even during night.
So these are the 3 good things. And now 3 things that you think Japanese people can improve or that you don't like.
Number 1 is just follow people without thinking. Follow things without thinking, easily to influence by something. The 2 is also very similar to 1, but very easy. We are very tend to think too much as a person's opinion. We can't do what we want to do, what I want to do. The number 3, we are very easy to be stronger when we are using social media. Sometimes there is some big criticism on the site or on the page, and somebody even commits suicide because of that. So criticism on social media, it is like the worst part in Japan.
The last of the last, Yudai, to finish our nice conversation. I love it so far. And I would like you to tell me a word or a small sentence in Japanese, because I'll try to reproduce it.
Maybe you must know, but you have to remember arigato.
Arigato
is the
arigato is thank you very much, right?
Yeah, thank you very much. Arigato is most important word in Japan.
Arigato is the most important word in Japan because you guys are very nice people, right?
Yeah, I suppose. You use a lot, as much as possible.
That's very good. So Yudai, I just have one thing to say to you, my friend. Arigatou gozaimasu.
どういたしまして。
Thank you very much for your time, for your interview. I think, as I said before I thought Japan was an amazing place, and now I'm pretty sure it is, because you have given us an overview about your city and about your country, and it's very nice, because I believe having a Japanese person speaking about Japan is much more worth than anyone else. So thank you very much. I just have to say.
Thank you very much. Sorry for, I think I can't explain everything properly because of my lack of vocabulary, but I was very happy to talk with you. Yeah.
You don't need to worry. I'm pretty sure everyone understood. And thank you again. And I hope to see you soon. Let's hope this pandemic thing finishes as soon as possible. And maybe one day when I go to Japan, be sure I will call you and say, Yudai, I'm here in Hamamatsu. I want to eat the snake and the poison fish, right?
Snake and poison. Yeah, okay. I hope so, and I will be waiting.
So thank you very much, my friend.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you very much.
Então é isso, pessoal. Espero que vocês tenham gostado da entrevista do Japão. Realmente é um país diferente. Eu gostei bastante de ter conversado com o Yudai. E não se esqueçam, se inscrevam, ativem o sininho, compartilhem, comentem aqui onde vocês querem que a gente vá, que a gente vai tentar ir atrás, tá bom? Be My Guest volta na semana que vem, porque esse já foi.